I'd like to call this meeting of the Tyler County Board of Education to order. The mission statement, the mission of Tyler County Schools is to provide student-centered learning opportunities that ensure all students will learn to their potential and master the skills, ethical behaviors, and attitudes needed to be successful citizens in a 21st century economy. Please stand, if you can, for a moment of silence and the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. All board members are present. I will now turn the meeting over to Mr. Highland.
First off, I have something I would like to read. Based on the special circumstances review conducted by the West Virginia Department of Education, the West Virginia Board of Education voted on Wednesday, May 14th, 2025, to intervene in the operations of Tyler County School System, restrict the authority of the board members, and appoint the West Virginia State Superintendent to serve in place of the board. As a result of the actions, Superintendent Blatt will be approving all items appearing on board agendas, and all items will be approved prior to the meeting's agenda being posted for the public and made available to the board. Moving forward, how this will work is we will send the agenda in to the State Department of Education 2 weeks prior to the meeting. Then it will go out to our board members as it has in the past 1 week prior. Everything will be approved through the West Virginia Department of Education, and there will be no actions moved on by the Tyler County Board of Education at this time. I will be running and conducting the meetings at this point. So I'd like to start with the public hearing for the final budget. A public hearing shall be held concerning the preliminary operating budget of the next fiscal year, not fewer than 10 days after the budget has been made available to the public for inspection and within a reasonable time prior to the submission of the budget to the State Board for approval. Reasonable time shall be granted at the hearing to any person who wishes to speak regarding any part of the budget. Notice of the hearing shall be published as a Class 1 legal advertisement in compliance with provision 59.3.1 of this code. All right, moving right along. The State Superintendent has approved the minutes from the May 5th meeting. Under presentations, we have 3 presentations tonight. We will start with MOVTI, Dr. Ryan Hott, and Chaz Bunch.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity of presenting. Got a couple of things here. Actually, out of the documents that I'm handing, we do have a short PowerPoint that we want to show you this evening. Actually, in year 2024, we had a professional promotional video, so we'll start a presentation and then we'll show our promotional video, which basically talks about the 21 programs of study we have. We are in the process, the first class to graduate from what was then known as the PRT, graduated in school year 1975. So we actually are, this year, are celebrating our 50th birthday. So again, many people in our communities still call us the PRT. And we were the PRT through 2006 when Wetzel County joined, and we made a name change to the current Mid-Ohio Valley Technical Institute. So basically, as we look at the programs of study that we're currently offering, again, if you count the programs of study that is listed on the projection here, you actually are going to come up to 22. In the left-hand column, the PLTW, computer science, is actually a program of study that will not be fully embedded next year. It is a program that we're looking into integrating into our current computer systems program over the next two years or so. But just going from the list, the programs of study that we offer, kind of starting with the industrial, what we call our high wall lab areas, our automotive technology, diesel equipment technology, manufacturing, production and design, which will be a new program next year that will be replacing chemical, energy, and mechanical technologies. Industrial equipment maintenance, carpentry, building maintenance and operations, welding technology, computer-aided drafting design, project Lead the Way, pre-engineering, computer systems and technology, coding, app, and game design, and next year we will be implementing some of the project Lead the Way computer science into that curriculum. Okay, graphic design, please excuse the typo, multimedia publishing, business enterprise, future educators or grow your own, future educators, law and public safety, emergency services, diagnostic services, therapeutic services, advanced medical professions, and pharmacy technician. So at this time, we'd like to show our promotional video that we created last year, which will give a little bit better explanation of these programs of study. The Mid-Ohio Valley Technical Institute is a multi-county career and technical center that strives to provide quality educational opportunities to our students from St. Mary's, Ritchie County, Tyler Consolidated, Hayden City, Magnolia, and Valley High Schools. We offer these same educational opportunities to our homeschooled and private school students from our participating counties of Pleasants, Ritchie, Tyler, and Wetzel. Here at the MOVTI, our vision is permission to dream, prepared to achieve.
We currently offer 21 1- or 2-year state-approved programs of study that are aligned to student interest and local, state, and national workforce needs. Whether post-secondary plans consist of earning a bachelor's or associate's degree, pursuing additional technical training, joining an apprenticeship, entering the military, or directly entering the workforce, the MOVTI has a program for you. So, let's build your future together.
Welcome to our health science programs, where we are dedicated to providing students with the knowledge and skills necessary for a successful career in the rapidly growing field of healthcare. First-year health students may take therapeutic services or emergency services. Therapeutic services focuses on the skills to earn a certified nursing assistant certification. including a 55-hour clinical experience. Emergency Services focuses on the skills to earn an EMT certification and also provides an opportunity for a clinical experience. During the second year, successful completers of therapeutic services or emergency services have the option of enrolling in diagnostic services. Diagnostic services focuses on mastering the skills to earn the patient care technician, phlebotomy, and EKG certifications. Diagnostic service students have the opportunity to earn up to 21 hours of college credit and participate in a clinical experience aligned with their interest. For students who are at or above a 3.0 GPA and who are limited to attending only a one-year program, Advanced Medical Preparedness is designed for you. It provides an accelerated curriculum to students who plan to pursue an advanced health degree or certification. Offered in this program is the knowledge and skills to earn certifications in patient care technician, phlebotomy, and EKG, as well as earning 21 hours of college credit related to the health field. Students also have the opportunity to participate in a clinical experience related to their area of interest. For students desiring to be a pharmacy technician or see themselves pursuing acceptance into a competitive post-secondary pharmacy program, our pharmacy technician program provides a one-year curriculum, including a clinical experience in one of our local pharmacies. For those interested in the ever-changing landscape of the tech industry, then consider the MOVTI's computer and technology programs. Students have the opportunity to gain knowledge and skills in computer and technology systems, coding, software development, networking, and security programs. Our Computer Systems and Technology program is your gateway to mastering the tools of the trade. From software installation to system repairs, we empower you with the skills needed for today's industry. What's more, our students are eligible to work towards industry-recognized certifications, giving you a competitive edge in the job market. But that's not all. In your second year, you get to tailor your learning experience. Choose between two exciting paths that match your passion and career goals. Dive into the world of coding and unleash your creativity as you receive training in web page design, computer programming, or software development. Or embark on the journey of networking and security. In an era where cybersecurity is paramount, our program prepares you for the ever-expanding careers in cybersecurity and network administration. Are you a visionary, drawn to the intersection of technology and creativity? If so, then the world of design at MOVTI awaits you. Whether you dream of shaping visual narratives or pushing the boundaries of multimedia, our graphic design and multimedia publishing programs are tailor-made for you. Immerse yourself in the realm of graphic design and multimedia, where we foster creativity through digital illustration, special effects, digital photography, and digital video production. But it's not just about ideas. It's about turning them into reality. Our students are eligible to test for certifications in Adobe programs, putting them ahead of the game in a competitive industry. Our students get hands-on experience in production processes vital to the field, from screen printing to heat pressing, large format printing to embroidery. You'll master the tools that define modern design. Students will have the opportunity to collaborate with fellow designers, present your work to industry professionals, and stay ahead of design trends. Are you passionate about drafting, architecture, engineering, or design? Explore your potential with the Drafting and Design program at MOVTI. Our program covers a wide range of skills crucial for success in post-secondary degrees and careers. Students dive into industry-specific computer programs and get hands-on experience with essential tools. In this program, students will be exposed to the fundamentals and techniques of drafting, as well as gaining experience in mechanical and architectural drafting. Students will gain experience in using programs such as AutoCAD, Inventor, and Revit. In the world of industry, everything begins with either reading or creating a blueprint. Having the knowledge and skills to create these blueprints and drawings will make you valuable to a potential employer. For those aspiring engineers, our PLTW pre-engineering program is the gateway to understanding the world of engineering. Through project-based learning, students explore science, technology, engineering, and math, tackling real-world challenges and gaining a deep understanding of engineering principles. This one-year program consists of interacting with concepts of Introduction to Engineering Design, Principles of Engineering, Civil Engineering, and Engineering Design and Development. This program focuses on putting students in learning situations where they have to problem solve and think like an engineer. Law and Public Safety is a 2-year program of study designed for those seeking to gain experience in law enforcement, corrections, security, and the court and legal systems. Our program focuses on the fundamentals, ethics, and practical applications to be used by public safety officers to protect our society. Dive into the world of crime and justice and gain hands-on experience in crime scene investigation, search and rescue, arrest procedures, self-defense, and courtroom procedures. Students have the opportunity to take 6 dual credit courses through WVUP towards a degree in criminal justice. Passionate about education? Join the MOVTI's Grow Your Own Teaching Pathway. Tackle the national teacher shortage by developing skills in communication, teaching methods, educational psychology, and social emotional wellness. Earn 12 hours of college credit specific to education and log over 100 hours of field placement in local elementary or middle schools. Through state initiatives, GYO students are eligible for early college tuition reimbursement for up to 30 hours of college credit. Dream of being your own boss? Small businesses make up 98% of the economy of West Virginia. Because of this, piquing an interest in small business ownership is critical to the success of our small communities and our state. Our entrepreneurship program empowers you to navigate the business environment. Students discover global business trends, the entrepreneurial mindset, design thinking, and different types of business models. They develop leadership skills, create business ideas and plans, and learn how to effectively communicate these ideas to stakeholders. For students who see a future working primarily with their hands and utilizing skills in manufacturing, fabrication, production, transportation, or mechanical fields, the MOVTI offers 7 industrial programs of study. Welding technology is a 2-year program focused on developing the skills and technical knowledge needed for diverse welding careers in manufacturing or fabrication. Students work to develop the skills needed to earn state-recognized certifications in metal inert gas, tungsten inert gas, shielded metal arc, or flux cord arc welding. Along with the welding processes, students will gain technical knowledge in cutting processes, metal preparation, and blueprint reading. The carpentry and building maintenance and operations programs provide hands-on experiences in learning the technical knowledge and skills needed to be successful in the building trades. Students use a hands-on approach and practice the technical skills needed for building, electrical, plumbing, and masonry. Carpentry skills include the fundamentals of foundations, framing, floor and roof systems, and blueprint reading. For students who are mechanically inclined, MOVTI offers a 2-year program in diesel equipment technology and automotive technology. Our diesel equipment technology program focuses on the understanding of heavy-duty and light-duty diesel concepts. Students work towards gaining technical knowledge and experience in diesel engine teardown, inspection, reassembly, electrical skills, and chassis maintenance. Students develop diesel technical skills, earn student-level ASE certifications, and exit the program workforce ready or prepared to pursue additional post-secondary training. For students with an interest in bumper-to-bumper technician skills related to gasoline-powered engines, automotive technology is the option for you. Automotive technology is a 2-year program that allows students to gain technical knowledge and hands-on experiences with gas engine fundamentals, electrical systems, transmission components, and lubrication and cooling systems. Students have the opportunity to earn student ASE certifications, exit workforce ready, or prepared to pursue additional post-secondary training. Students desiring to explore interest in a variety of industrial technical skills should consider the MOVTI's Industrial Equipment Maintenance Program. This 2-year program specifically targets the skill sets needed in the chemical, energy, and mechanical industries, where production, manufacturing, and maintenance technical knowledge is essential. Industrial equipment maintenance is the high school equivalent of a multi-craft program of study. Students gain foundation knowledge and skills in the areas of oil and gas production mechanics, energy systems, chemical process control, hydraulic and pneumatic systems, electrical maintenance, welding technology, and more.
As part of your high school experience, it is important to have the opportunity to apply academic concepts and acquire skills that can be applied to both life and a future career. Career exploration is also vitally important, as it gives students the opportunity to assess his or her interest, establish goals, and develop a post-secondary plan. This is what makes career and technical education such a valuable component of your high school experience. For the best prepared for life beyond high school possesses both an academic education and technical skills.
As you can see, the MOVTI takes a hands-on and critical problem-solving approach to learning, where the focus is on application to the real world. So, let's build your future together. Hello. So our next slide, maybe, it's going to show you some enrollment numbers for Tyler Consolidated High School since 2022. So as you can see, we stay pretty consistent between 60 and 70 enrollment. That's students, juniors and seniors from Tyler County at the MOVTI. And then over to the right, the completers. And if you kind of refer back to that video we just watched, we talked about the 1-year programs and the 2-year programs. The 1-year programs, students to be a completer have completed 4 courses that have been prescribed by the West Virginia Department of Education. The 2-year programs, we have 4 required courses, and then we choose 4 elective courses that kind of couple with that in that field. So that is how you become a completer. And the importance of being a completer is something we talk about from time to time, like what is the value of being a completer? And that would just be to get more information. You know, it's kind of like having 1 course in that area versus the 4 courses. With that 4 courses, you are going to have far more information. Your skills are going to increase, and so on and so forth. For the 25-26 school year, we just finished interviews and we're still working out the exact numbers, but we're looking at approximately 70 from Tyler Consolidated coming down, and that's juniors and seniors combined. Our placement data is another report required by the WVDE, and each December we have to track what our graduates from the previous year are doing now, whether they are enrolled in some type of post-secondary institution, whether they are employed, unemployed, or they've gone to the military. So this is the MOVTI data as a whole with all 4 of our counties, with 92% positive placement. Our career and technical student organizations, we offer a variety, but Tyler County students for this year competed and won at the state level in our Skills USA. So we had a first place Interactive game design, Devin Dolson, who's a Tyler County student, and actually his original partner isn't able to go to nationals, so another Tyler County student, Jesse Bland, is going to attend nationals with Devin to compete. And we had a first place in Career Showcase, Arts and Communication. Mariah King was on a team. Mariah's from Tyler County Schools, and she was on a team with 2 students from St. Mary's, and they won first place, so they're also headed to nationals. We had a second place in our criminal justice tactical response, and that was another team event. Delbert Ebert was one of the members of that team. And we had a third place, welding fabrication. That's another team event. And Hunter was on the team with 2 Ritchie County students, I believe. So those first place winners are headed to nationals in June. It's your turn.
Okay, just talking a little bit about, with career and technical education, it's important that each one of our programs are aligned with industry, also aligned with both national and state and local industry recognized certifications. So this is not an all-inclusive list. As I was putting this slide together, I tried to just make sure that I was giving you an example of the different types of certifications that students can earn while going through their programs of study at the MOVTI. The next slide is, a continuing effort, and I not only do see that in our academic high schools, where early college or college credit, whether it be dual credit, college credit, or articulated credit, is becoming more and more important. And so, in career and technical education, we are also making that effort to particularly work with our community college system and the technical programs of post-secondary to try to include as many opportunities for our student to begin college early and align our programs and their courses with those courses that can count as dual credit with our college. I've given you really 2 examples here on this slide. I think you heard in the video talking about an advanced medical professions program. All total, a student can earn up to 21 hours of college credit in this program of study. That is both dual college and a mixture of articulated credit. The other program of study is actually the first program of study that we started the alignment with the community college system, which is law and public safety. I think on the video it mentioned that 6 of the 8 were eligible for dual credit. It is now 8 of the 8. So basically for a student who is wanting to leave high school and pursue an associate's or a certificate or a bachelor's in criminal justice, this is a good start. I mean, you're looking at 24 program-specific credits in that program of study. Okay, just talking about middle school involvement, we continue to look at ways that we can involve our faculty and the MOVTI in with our middle schools. This is our 4th year that we actually are freeing up our drafting or project lead the way instructor to rotate quarterly between the participating county's middle schools. And then during each rotation, he is working on introducing basic computer-aided drafting skills, but also being that he is our pre-engineering instructor, he also is integrating other technical-related activities into these activities with our middle school students. So again, we continue to try to look at ways that we can involve middle school students earlier, rather than waiting until they get into high school to actually allow them to have a taste of what career and technical education is. Next slide talks about recent facility upgrades. Again, I began by saying our facility's 50 years old, so we are working to work with the school building authority to upgrade our facility. Just looking at some of the recent projects, as you look at this slide, you know, we've here in the last 4 or 5 years, we have been able to secure funding to take care of a lot of things at our school that has kind of aged out. Currently, we're working on the roof replacement project. The main building is being replaced. The grant we have submitted for next school year has to do with replacing the exhaust system and taking care of some plumbing and HVAC issues that we're having. I think it's also important to talk about some recent additions that we've had with equipment. You know, we're taking care of our facilities. We also need to work to remain current with the type of equipment that we're providing for our students. Again, just looking at this list, again, we've been blessed this year in terms of being able to buy some equipment to actually expand some of the capabilities of our programs. Of course, the last slide was new, but we also, you know, there's a process with surplus equipment in the state of West Virginia when some schools are phasing out equipment. We'll keep an eye on that. We were able to actually pick up some very good equipment this year that was very slightly used that we were able to add to industrial equipment maintenance program. And the final slide I have, actually, I know that it's budget season, so I wanted to make sure that I listed a slide talking about budget, and I tried to make this specific to Tyler County. On the left, you can see what our operational budget has been during the past 3 years. And that being said, basically once state revenue comes in, you know, you'll subtract that from the total, and what is left is what is known as the local share. The local share is determined by enrollment from the previous school year. So looking at, you'll notice 2 columns on the right. One is the actual, so that is when Mrs. Hupp, the treasurer, does the math. That has been the actual local share based on enrollment for Tyler County in the last 3 years. But fortunately, again, because of many blessings, we've been able to forgive the fourth quarter payment. So that's the actual paid in the right corner. Now, it will not become fact until our council meeting on Thursday, but it's looking like FY25 we also will not be billing for the fourth quarter. So again, I think the point that I want to make with that slide is, you know, 21 programs of study, you know, which consist of 19 staff members and 14 of those being career and technical education teachers. I think this is a very good investment of Tyler County's resources. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Dr. Hott. Thank you, Mrs. Bunch.
Questions from the audience, please.
Yes.
My understanding.
Sir, if you have a question for Dr. Hott, this isn't time for questions. You can set up a meeting with Dr. Hott and give him a call. Thank you.
I thank you, Mr. Hott. That's why you're no longer superintendent.
Our next presentation is the Wetzel County Tech Center. Mr. Kimball.
I just want to say what those guys are doing right there at MOVTI, it's a nice job, because that's why we're into business, is for success and seeing kids successful. So whether it's MOVTI or the Tech Center that I'm in charge of, I just want to see positive outcomes. So what I already handed you guys some papers, and I'm just going to go over that. And I was asked to come and talk about the selection process that we go through for the students and how we get kids in our building. And it's probably very similar to what they do at MOVTI. But so what we do, and you can I'm not going to read everything, but it's basically a simulated workplace situation. That's what we try to create with these students. We want them to come in, and it's like a job. So the second page you have is the application. send this to all the schools, and actually what I do, I go around to every school. I came here, I have a little PowerPoint that I talk to the kids with, and I hand out a pamphlet of all the programs that we offer along with the application, and answer questions, talk to the kids individually, and then they have to turn the application in. You see all the information that's needed on there. So that's the first step, is the application. And then, once I receive all those, I'll call the counselors, the principals, set up dates and times that I can come and interview the students. I was in on every one of the interviews at all of the schools, along with at least 2 or 3 of my instructors. So it was kind of nerve-wracking for some of the students, I'm sure, because you've got 3 adults sitting across the table from you and they're asking you questions. And each set of questions is kind of depending on what program of study they're wanting to come to. But the interview process, applicants participate in a formal interview with the instructors. This step allows teachers to assess the students' communication skills, interest level, and overall fit for the chosen program. Basically what we're doing is we're getting to know the kids. And when you sit down with a student for 10 minutes, I set the timer for each kid for 10 minutes because I like to talk. So if I didn't set the timer, I'd be there all day. So we ask them like 7 questions, I think. They come in, they answer the questions, and we get to know the kids. And by the end of the interview, there's some times where we're like, what do you think about this program? Because we get to know them in that short amount of time. And maybe what they thought they really wanted to do, we as the professionals can see maybe the direction that they're wanting to go and try to lead them in the right direction. And so that's kind of the process where that goes. We take that information, we're taking notes, and then we go back and we talk. After the interview, instructors evaluate each applicant based on the following. So the first thing we look at is attendance. A solid attendance record is essential for hands-on training and certification requirements. I mentioned simulated workplace. You're wanting to hire someone, they need to be at school. They need to be at work. And that's the same thing that we require out of our students. The kids in our building have to call off if they're not going to be there. Whether they're sick, whether they're got a doctor's appointment, they either have to call into the secretary or shoot us an email and say why they're not going to be there and just to give us a heads up. Second is grades. Academic performance is reviewed to ensure students can meet the demands of both technical and academic coursework. And here's kind of where the interview helps us. Let's say this kid comes in as a freshman, not doing well. Didn't do very well in their grades, and they've changed things. They've turned things around their sophomore, junior year, and they explain that to us. So grades aren't everything. We want to see that kid that's motivated to make a difference and motivated to succeed. So just because a kid maybe got C's, D's, or maybe even F's their freshman year, which that's where it happens, they kind of go from that middle school to the high school setting, and it's a change. And there's some kids that struggle, but that's okay. As long as they can sell it to us, I've changed. Yeah, I had, and if they're honest, that's even better. Yeah, I struggled my freshman year. I didn't do what I was supposed to. I didn't turn papers in. I didn't do my work. But that's changed now, and we can see their grades, and we can see they've changed. Discipline. Behavioral records are considered to determine the student's ability to succeed in a structured, career-focused environment. We're not there to babysit, and we're there to teach. And that's what we want. We want those kids that are focused on coming in, whether it's going to be welding, whether it's going to be electrical, whether it's going to be grow your own. We want those kids to come in and go straight to what they need to do. And, you know, sometimes it's a safety factor too. So that's the other one. And the interview performance. The student's preparedness, professionalism, and enthusiasm during the interview are important factors. When I met here, I told the kids, I said, you want to impress me? Dress up like you want to be at my building. I had kids come in with shirts and ties, had kids come in with polos, button-up shirts, and guess what? I remember those kids because guess what? It was important for them that morning to put a shirt and tie on, and that made it important for me to take them seriously. If you're going for a job interview, you're wanting to look nice for those folks that are interviewing you. So you've heard the thing, dress for success. That's what a lot of these kids did. They came in, they looked nice, they were very well spoken, and you remember those kids. The final decision is based on a combination of all these elements to ensure that accepted students are likely to benefit from and contribute positively to their chosen programs. Success. We want kids to be successful. Does everyone get in? I think there were 4 students that maybe out of 100 and some that we interviewed throughout all 5 schools that really didn't seem to fit with what we were trying to do. Whether it be they just didn't seem interested in coming to the center, or maybe what they wanted to do was maybe not come there, and that's okay. But I think 3 or 4 kids didn't make it in, and I talked to them, and everybody's okay. So it's not a fit for everybody. And if you flip that over, you can see the breakdown of the Tyler County student enrollment. This is for the upcoming school year. And that's sophomores, juniors, and seniors, going to be sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And we have 8 programs. I've talked to you guys before. Health science, welding, electrical technology, drafting, graphic design, grade room, baking and pastry, and Pro Start. So the total enrollment of kids coming next year is 33, and the percentage for the Wetzel Tech Center would be 26.8%. Is that number fluid? Yes. Kids change their minds. I understand that. Kids, over the summer may decide, maybe I really didn't want to do electrical. And once again, that's okay. We'd rather them figure that out now than, after they're in there for 6-8 weeks and they're kind of stuck till the end of the semester. But that's kind of the process. We've went from just anyone saying, hey, I want to come in, and now we've got, kids lining up to come to the program. So it kind of makes it, it's really nice to see kids vying for these spots. And I told my instructors, they're like, what if we got 2 kids that are really good and we're out of spots? We'll make spots. I'm not going to tell a kid no. The only thing that would change that would be safety. If we've got too many kids in the shop or whatever, that hasn't happened. We still have a couple spots in all of the programs. So that's the process. It's gone very well these last 2 years, and our number has went from 45 to 85 to 123 next year. So we've grown incrementally, and we're putting kids out in the workforce. We've got kids in the welding program right now. We've got a kid just got hired by Covestro, one that got hired by Caterpillar, 2 that are going to cross the river to work in the welding area, 3 to the laborers union. So we've got kids going out and are gainfully employed, which is all that we can ask. And we've got the dual credit, so it's not all going out to the trades. Kids in welding are getting 15 hours of dual credit through Northern. The health sciences we're teamed with Marshall. So those kids that want to come to my building and further their education, it's not just trades. It's college, trades, tech school, whatever they want to do. And it's kind of directed toward their path. The kids talk to their teachers and decide, where do they want to go? Or they want to just go out and work in the welding field as soon as they graduate? All right, we'll get you there. Do you want to go out to Northern and further your welding career? We'll get you there. So we kind of tailor it to them to what their needs are. So, do you have any questions on the process or any of that and how it goes? All righty. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Kimball. Our third presentation is Tyler Consolidated Middle School Golden Horseshoe winners.
All right, good evening. I'm going to read a little bit off the page, some history on this I wanted to share. So we're here tonight to celebrate a truly special achievement, one deeply woven into the fabric of West Virginia's history and academic tradition, the Golden Horseshoe Award. The origins of this honor trace back to 1716. In that year, Mr. Underwood, you correct me if I get any of these facts wrong, Governor Alexander Spotswood of the Virginia colony organized an expedition to explore the land west of the Allegheny Mountains. Those who successfully crossed into what is now West Virginia were presented with a small golden horseshoe by Governor Spotswood, marking them as explorers and adventurers. This act is what started the Golden Horseshoe tradition. While the tradition lay dormant for a considerable time, it was revitalized in the late 1920s through the efforts of Phil M. Conley, editor of the West Virginia Review, and State Superintendent of Free Schools, William C. Cook. The idea was transformed into an academic award. Since 1931, the Golden Horseshoe has served to honor 8th grade students who demonstrate excellence in the study of West Virginia, covering its history, geography, economy, and government. This program is unique for its statewide recognition of academic achievement. Tyler County holds a significant place in this history. Since the inaugural ceremony in 1931, Tyler County has had a continuous presence among the recipients with the provided historical list, which I think you all might have, of all the Tyler County recipients, showing 370 students honored as Golden Horseshoe winners from our county from 1931 to last year, 2024. And these two winners behind me will be the 94th and 95th recipients from Tyler Consolidated Middle School, which obviously from the 1993 to 94 school year. Tonight, we're incredibly proud to recognize the newest members of this esteemed group from Tyler County Schools, and please join me in congratulating our 2025 Golden Horseshoe winners, Patrick Jones and Damian Dawson. Patrick and Damian have showed exceptional mastery of the West Virginia history curriculum. Their achievement will be formally celebrated during the 94th Golden Horseshoe induction ceremony on June 10th, 2025 in Charleston, West Virginia. During this ceremony, they will be inducted into the Golden Horseshoe Society, where they will be dubbed the Knight of the Golden Horseshoe by the State Superintendent of Schools and receive their golden pin. An achievement like this doesn't happen in a vacuum. Is also a reflection of the guidance and passion of their educators. We must acknowledge the pivotal role played by their West Virginia history teacher, Mr. Underwood. Mr. Underwood pours his heart and soul into teaching West Virginia history, and it clearly pays off year after year with our Golden Horseshoe winners. His dedication provides a foundation for students like Patrick and Damian to achieve this level of excellence. This award is a testament to their hard work and dedication to learning about our great state, and we're immensely proud of them for earning the significant recognition and joining a tradition that spans nearly a century as an academic honor. Congratulations, Patrick and Damian. Probably just have them stand right here for a picture. Yeah, stand right here and I'll just spray him. Doing good. First, right?
You ready, guys? Thank you.
I forgot their certificates.
Oh,
I put them here so I wouldn't forget them.
okay, let's do this again. Come on,
Sorry.
turn it. There you go. Now we're cooking. Ready? Thank you.
Can you send me that?
That's where you go.
Yeah, I'll send it. Yes, good. Thank you.
Thank you. On now to delegations. Please remember that each presentation is limited to 10 minutes. If you're to speak about a specific employee or students, the delegation will have to be held in an executive session at a future meeting. Our first delegation tonight is Kelly Myers. She's speaking, she's representing herself, and her topic is resignation.
Normally I'm here representing the Tyler County Education Association, but today I'm representing myself. Last Wednesday, I sat at a board meeting at the state level and had to be humiliated listening to your disgraceful actions. It wasn't fun. I got accused online of wishing for a takeover Wednesday. I did. Did I ultimately want us taken over? No. It's not what any of us wanted. But it's what had to happen because removing a board member or someone from office, I have learned, takes time. It's supposed to be difficult, but you've done enough, you're making it not so difficult at this point. You can no longer look at us and say you did nothing wrong. You're going to stop shaking your head when people quote facts. You're going to show a little respect. You were absolutely in the wrong. I have some quotes. Diana and Andy were texting each other. They were sharing in January, a post from a parent explaining what it takes to remove a board member. The exact quote from Diana is, "They can't get us on anything anyway." She goes on to say, "The only thing they could do is prove us incompetent. We don't have to. You did it yourself." Back to the fact that this is me speaking. I understand what it takes now to remove you all. I have followed every law. I've done everything necessary. If I state something publicly, there's evidence of it. Absolutely, and there's more coming. I'm thankful that the legal part is now out of my hands. It's been taken over, so all evidence will be going to the authorities at this point. But the one thing I am still doing are ethics violations. I didn't take it lightly. It took me a little longer than I think everybody expected with the ethics violations, but I made it a point to go and meet with the Ethics Commission to see exactly what it takes to file that. What are they looking for? What are they going to throw out? After meeting with them, I was confident I had more than one ethics violation. I met with attorneys. They're actually sitting in my car right now. I will get them notarized probably tomorrow, and they're going to be turned in. I want to remind you, found guilty, it's a $5,000 fine for every one of them. The other thing that I want to talk about is you investigating employees. It's shameful. And to Scott and Katrina's credit, reading through those messages, multiple times they told you to stop, and you continued over and over and over again, investigating, seeking phone numbers, pretending you don't know why people called you when you set people up to call you. The worst thing, I think, of all the evidence to me is the investigating of employees. I have audio recordings and text messages between two members, Diana and Larry, where you are investigating the lifestyle of employees and figuring out what you're going to do about them. I've turned that evidence over to both of them. My hope is that along with what's happened with the Office of Accountability, along with what's going to happen with the Ethics Commission, and along with everything that's happening on the legal side, I hope these two employees file civil action against the two of you. It's disgusting. You should be ashamed. And at this point, it's basically time to resign. The evidence is overwhelming. And there's more coming. I'm thankful I don't have to read it because I was so disgusted as I read through all those text messages. It was pathetic. That's basically it. It's time to resign. It's time to allow people to, in your positions, who can make decisions for children. Even the Office of Accountability, one of their things is that you guys didn't even say, you were in this office for the betterment of kids. That's your whole responsibility. And you couldn't even say that. You were so hung up on the color blue. You were so hung up on getting your coaches, don't shake your head now. You know, shake your head now. So, in one of your meetings, your Board of Education, in one of your conversations as a group, I believe you said that you didn't want them to order new uniforms. It was fine. You wanted to look into it. You didn't want them to order new ones. Andy, I'll give you a little credit on this one. You said the kids could vote. You said you didn't care about it. The next set of messages I read that were just between you all, the complete opposite. Not only did you share a picture of a child in a blue uniform, you then said, they're not going to get to wear these now. And you said, I hope not. Or maybe hopefully not. So don't shake your head no to me. I have the evidence, I've read it. Again, I ask you guys to resign.
Our next delegation is Glada Blizzard. She's representing herself, and her topic is resignations.
Hi, my name is Glada Blizzard, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. Though for many reasons I wish it weren't necessary, mostly because I'm deathly afraid of public speaking. However, I found it necessary that as a class of 1991 graduate from Tyler County High School, parent of 2 children who attended and graduated from Tyler Consolidated, a taxpayer of Tyler County, a supporter and family of students, staff, and faculty of Tyler County school systems, and a voter, I and others should be heard and continue to express our support and concerns here. Since January, I've sat in these seats during these board meetings, wishing, hoping, and praying that the 3 board members in question here would listen to what's being asked and begged of them, instead of sticking to their unknown personal needs, wants, and agendas. Most people, after seeing so many individuals against their decisions, would have stepped back and reflected on their choices and probably realized that actually the majority of the voters and staff members, what they wanted for the students and staff, would have been what you should have been doing. You should have listened and supported the people, but instead you did just the opposite. It's clear that you wanted to accomplish something historical for Tyler County schools, especially after hearing about the whole color blue fiasco, which obviously is in the school's color scheme anyways. And this is what the students would be wearing. Well, congratulations. You've got just that. Not once, but twice. In the history of Tyler County schools, never has the West Virginia State Board of Education had to step in and assume control of the Board of Education matters. This is not because of Mr. Hiley. This is not because of Kelly Myers. This is because of you 3. And it's because that you refused to hear what was being asked of you. It's because you refused to do what was right for the students and the staff here at this school. This was what was being begged of you by everyone, by the community. Now that the Office of Accountability was contacted and their investigation completed, the Board of Education now faces a period of time that they will have to make changes and prove that they can follow the correct policies and procedures and maintain them, and other changes that have been outlined in the special circumstance report. And who knows how long this correction period will be. I've spoken with other state employees in Charleston who want you to know that you've made the wrong choice and that this is not what you should have wanted. The second historical precedent that you've set is the fact that no other superintendent in Tyler County has ever had their contract not renewed, especially with the excellent review that's been received, such as what Mr. Hiley was received. It can't be that difficult to see how upset and disappointed the people of Tyler County are in the 3 of you. It's been voiced very loud and clear. The students have made their opinions clear as well, and that should really resonate, as the majority of the 2025 graduating class does not want you to attend their graduating ceremony. Now that the state has stepped in and you have no authority on matters at this point, please don't think that we've given up on asking for your resignation, because we're still calling for it. Also, with the state's investigation, hopefully this will lead way for the other agencies involved to continue with their investigation and pursuit. And hopefully it does not fall wayside. When you're in an elected position, such as you are, You are to represent the county. You are to leave at the side your own personal wants, needs, and beliefs when serving in a government office by law, such as you've learned in school. Church and school are separate. I don't know any of you personally, and I don't wish any of you any ill will. But I don't believe that any of you should be on the Board of Education any longer and representing Tyler County School System. Thank you.
Our next delegation is Evan Crawford. He's speaking on part of the student body, and his topic is state takeover.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here to speak once again on behalf of the student body, but especially the now matured and ready to graduate senior class. I really wish I was here to celebrate that further. I wish I could stand up here and give a big speech about our victories and accomplishments, but the class historian, Katie Ash, already did that earlier today at the award ceremony. I've seen mixed opinions about the state's takeover of the board. Some are accepting that the board is getting time to heal before more damage can be done, and some are furious over how embarrassing this entire situation is. The board's power is dependent on its members and their will to make choices based on self-interest, and that's been proven this year, specifically by how the 3 board members have encouraged executive sessions that were completely unneeded, ignored concerns of people invested in the school, have shown compromised moral value, made power grabs, made secret deals, disrespected students' opinions, intelligence, and emotions, made false accusations, made an embarrassment out of our school system, and broke the trust of genuinely hundreds of people. I could go on. Speaking of broken trust, people have recently come out in defense of the 3 of you, but especially you, Diana Stender. What kills me is that you want us to be sympathetic to your situation, but at the first meeting I attended, I knew it'd be bad, but I didn't think there'd be people sobbing because of the comments made by people the 3 of you associate with. There's one specific person I have in mind too. He said horrible things about the people with investment in the school system. And the worst of it was towards the student body. When he said those things that were beyond disrespectful, I was livid. How can you command so much sympathy for your actions while having the man say horrible things you feel but won't say? There are so many people who want to speak their minds, but they know if they do, they'll lose something they or their students have worked for. That is a defining element of hyper-authoritarianism, and there's no other way to slice it. If the 3 of you or your defenders think that that's disrespectful of me to say, I don't know what the state can do for you. Needless to say, something had to change. I think everyone knew that you wouldn't resign, so the state taking over was probably the best bet. But on the other hand, I doubt you truly understand how humiliating this looks. Nobody really got what they wanted in the end. What we wanted was for Mr. Hiley to keep his contract and for the 3 of you to resign. What the 3 of you wanted was to have complete control over the school system. What ended up happening is the board members lost, from what I understand, the majority of their power, and the school system's reputation has been damaged. To my understanding, all you're really able to do now is approve field trips and not much else. Through that notion, nobody ended up winning in the end. Ultimately, I hate to say it, but this might have been the best possible outcome with how much damage has been done to the school system. I've been taught a lot of things by my principal, Mr. Morris. When I had a pretty big loss my junior year, he told me, you don't need a title to make a difference. I think about that a lot, and I feel it resonates with this entire situation. Even while our reputation has been damaged, we don't need it when we have our determination. That is what it really takes to make a difference. That's a key part about being West Virginians. Despite the circumstances, no matter what comes our way, we're always able to reconstruct and preserve these values we have of looking out for the little guy. Nothing can take that away from this state. All this to say that being a board member means absolutely nothing if you're not willing to fight for the people who put you there in the first place. You're all board members on a plaque, but in the eyes of me, the students, and the majority of people with investment in the school system, the three of you, Diana Stender, Larry Thomas, and Andy Shreves, are just people who sit at the table and wish and wish and wish you could have it your way. I hope this change gives you some time to reflect on that. With all that said, please have a good night.
Our next speaker is Robin Latanzio. She represents herself and State Takeover.
Good evening, Superintendent Hiley, Board of Education members, and audience. I'm back here once again with mixed emotions, but certainly high expectations that things are not going to improve in Tyler County. I'm still doubtful that the three of you understand just what all this means and the major role that you have played in the situation in which we now find ourselves. I too have watched one of you shaking your head tonight. The Office of Accountability had much of the same documentation that Mrs. Myers shared with you. So you can shake and shake and shake, but we know what happened and what did not. I was told that one of you said, "There is no one above you, and you can do whatever you want." Well, the State Board has just proved that you are incorrect. You will no longer be doing whatever you want. I reached out to another one of you the day after I spoke at the April 15th meeting, and even after I stood up here and listed every area in which you violated your responsibilities as a member of the Board of Education. You said to me at least 3 times during our phone conversation that you had done nothing wrong. I knew you did. The community knew you did. And guess what, dear? The Office of Accountability, the West Virginia State Superintendent of Schools, and 9 State Board of Education members also have determined that you indeed did several things wrong. In 1983, the Tyler County, many of you may not remember this, but I'm old, the Tyler County Board of Education made headlines across the state and the nation because they were the first board in the state of West Virginia to have all women board members. Now, the Tyler County Board of Education is back in the headlines, but this time it's a negative story. You will be forever known as the 3 board members that caused a state takeover of a school system. And through my research, and as far as I can tell, no school board or school system in the state of West Virginia has been taken over based solely on a Board of Education. There's always other violations involved. Your reputation will be forever tarnished in Tyler County and beyond Tyler County. The 3 of you have brought a level of embarrassment to my beloved Tyler County schools that will never be understood by you, because it's obvious by your actions that the welfare of our school system was never your priority. Your own personal agendas are why you're sitting there. Your priority was to get rid of anyone you didn't like, and that would include anyone who tried to stand in your way. I know there were many tears shed last Wednesday all around Tyler County, across West Virginia, and across the United States by others who share a love for Tyler County. I want to share with you some comments that were shared with me from longtime employees of Tyler County who are now retired. Some were shared with me personally, and some were posted on social media. The first one, we have had the best school system in the state for years until these three decided that they knew what was best for the county. They need to resign. Secondly, I am so heartbroken that in such a short period of time, 3 people took down the school system and the high standards that so many worked for years to create. I am just in awe. Third, I have always been proud to be a part of a school system that has always been known for quality in all areas of education. Those 3 should be ashamed to show their faces in this street. Another one, this is horrible. Our wonderful county being dragged through the mud because of a few disgruntled personnel and a couple board members. Remember the good times and all the honors you have received, Tyler County. Another one, so many people worked so hard to make these schools outstanding and set a benchmark in our state. We set expectations for our students and ourselves. Parents supported our efforts and set expectations for their children. Our administration supported our schools and always assisted everyone to make these the best we could be. My, how times have changed behind closed doors. It's time for some members of this board to resign. You have created enough turmoil and will never have the support of the community and parents of Tyler County. Shame on you. My own phone started blowing up as soon as the announcement was made by State Superintendent Michelle Blatt. I had calls and messages from former students, former staff members, current staff members, and other stakeholders of Tyler County Schools. I had messages from current serving superintendents across West Virginia, as well as retired superintendents who reached out, all with the same sense of disbelief. Robin, how did this happen in Tyler County? To quote one of those retired superintendents, I always tried to emulate Tyler County in my own district. You all have had a long-standing tradition of excellence that I wanted for my own county. They just couldn't believe what had gone wrong in such a short time. We superintendents used to have a saying, you're only one board election and one rogue board member away from losing your job. And you 3 just became the poster children for that disbelief. Tyler County is under state control for the first time in its history. Is this what the stakeholders wanted to happen? No. But the glaring truth became evident that it was the only way to stop the 3 of you from continuing to destroy this school system and its reputation. Are you embarrassed now? Did you watch the state board meeting last Wednesday? Have you even read the report from the Office of Accountability? Because I've read it several times. Have it right here with me. I would suggest you print it, that you study it frontwards and backwards, and let it become your new Bible. The document is only 6 pages long once you take out the table of contents, and all the appendices. Let me just summarize for the general public the findings. There were 9 non-compliances identified. 7 of those pertain to the Board of Education members. The other 2 were procedural issues that can be very easily addressed by changing wording in future agendas. There were 7 findings in the report. One of these has already been resolved, and that's Mr. Hiley's coaching. One was the direct result of the behavior of 3 board members. One is currently being resolved, and the remaining 4 can be handled by amending county policy. I might just mention that the non-compliance that got the most response from the state board members was that there were 30 executive sessions held, not counting student and staff discipline issues or discussion of the superintendent's evaluation or contract. This has been occurring here as long as I can remember. And it's a way that's been used to discuss things that can't be discussed in an open meeting. Interestingly, back in the end of January, I started reading the minutes back to 2020 to determine how many executive sessions were called. And it's interesting, I didn't even speak to that in any of my speeches or give that information to anybody. That was for my own personal benefit. What the reasons were and who made the request. I need to mention that those requests were made by one board member 70% of the time an executive session was requested.
Ms. Latandia, your 10 minutes is up. Thank you.
Okay.
Next, we have Roger Weiss. He's representing himself, and his topic is response.
Thank you, board members. I want to address this not only to our local board, but hopefully to the state board members and superintendent of schools if he happens to review this proceeding. First of all, I want the state board members to know that we duly elected 2 fine citizens of Tyler County to represent us on the board. They, in conjunction with another board member, have made decisions which the majority of Tyler Countyans approve of. I'm representative of those factions. I am a retired attorney. I've practiced law for 30-some years, and I have never, ever seen the amount of slander, heard libelous statements, libelous written statements about board members from the 2 of you who do most of the complaining, defamation of character. There's enough of it there that if I was not retired, I could be busy for the rest of my life just representing people against some of the actions that you've taken. It's criminal. It's civil. And what you're doing is what's causing the misrepresentation of the Tyler County school system. You 2 board members, you, Mr. Strode, who stood up and walked out the last time I spoke, didn't even have guts enough to hear what I had to say.
You should see how many have walked out now on you.
Please be respectful of the speakers.
I am very respectful, more so than they are of the 3 board members, I can assure you.
I wasn't speaking to you, Mr. Weiss. I was speaking to the audience.
Very good. But I want you to know, state board members, that the Tyler County citizens, the majority of us, voted for these board members, and they are carrying out exactly what the majority of the Tyler County residents want done. We commend them for their job. We commend them for their steadfast positions that they've taken. They are truly representative of the Tyler County citizens, and they are what's doing what's best for Tyler County schools. We are so proud of you 3 board members. We give you our full pledge and support. Thank you.
That covers our delegations for the evening. Next, we have communications, which there are no actions under communications. Nothing under superintendent's report. H, project updates. The addition to the gymnasium and head house are continuing to move forward with construction there. We will have another update soon from the construction companies. We have nothing under curricular updates, committee reports, or staff reports. We have nothing. Under Finance, Mr. Davis, if you could please come forward. Under Finances, the state superintendent has approved the public library funding, which is number 1 under Finance. They have approved the county extension office funding. They have approved the Casto Technical Services, the HVAC provider for scheduled maintenance and repair. And they've also approved the $750 supplement for our SROs. And what that SRO supplement is for our law enforcement officers who work in our schools for equipment that they may have. And that's something that we have talked about previously. Number 5 is approval of the following equipment has been declared surplus, and through the state superintendent has allowed us to move to other counties or be viewed as public surplus. Bus 7 is public surplus. Bus 9, Bus 16, and Bus 33 we will be selling to Mingo County Schools. Under 6, the state, Mr. Davis, if you'd go ahead and just if you have a second there.
Yeah. The state has reviewed the budget and has approved the final budget. The final budget, there are no changes from the preliminary budget that was published in the newspaper to the final budget. The final budget, general fund, $51,106,734. The special revenue fund, $3,226,603. No changes from the preliminary budget. And the capital project fund, no changes from the preliminary budget, $8,665,521.
And again, those have been approved by the state superintendent of schools. Thank you.
Thank you.
Policy review, we are still working with Neola to work and move forward. He will also be in that special circumstance finding. There were some policies that do need to be reviewed that are part of our school system, and I will have Mr. Hess with Neola look through those, and we will be making those changes as needed. Athletic schedules, the Tyler Consolidated High School boys soccer schedule has been approved. On to O, approval of requests. These are trip requests, A through F. Mainly, trips, and also taking the middle school, high school choir to the Sistersville Hospital for the groundbreaking ceremony there. And those all have been approved. Under other requests, Donnie Jackson has been given permission for the 12U Legends softball team to use the Tyler Consolidated High School softball field for games and practices, May through June 2025. Scarlett Hood and Diana Early with Arts Length request to use the Tyler Consolidated Middle School Auditorium for the West Virginia University Jazz Ensemble on November 6th. The organization will be in total responsibility for the cleanup. Mr. Jennings has agreed to oversee the event. Also, the approval of requests to cross county lines has also been approved. Under personnel, you can scratch resignations submitted after publication. We will no longer be allowed to accept resignations after publication. Everything will need to be on the agenda that is being voted on. Under resignations, Richard Davis resigns his position as transportation of maintenance as the maintenance director. Moving forward with that, it's my understanding that we will be taking those applicants to the State Department of Education, and they will be looking at those applicants, and that will be the process moving forward. We do still have a lot to take in and look at with this new takeover that we've been put under by the State Department. So this is one of the areas that we're still learning about. Please bear with us on that, but Mr. Davis has resigned his position as the Transportation and Maintenance Director effective June 30th. Employ Shauna Griffith and Tracy Heinzman to share the summer secretary position countywide starting June 16th. Employ Courtney Archer as Special Education Instructional Aide, Autism Mentor at AIB effective the 25-26 school year. Employ Alexandra Cox as the ECAT Transportation Special Education Instructional Aide, Autism Mentor at Sistersville Elementary School, and that will be effective the 25-26 school year. Roy Glover will be transferring from his current route of bus number 58 to Route 48, and that will be effective the 25-26 school year. And to also transfer Jill Householder from her current position of special education teacher at Tyler Consolidated High School to English teacher at Tyler Consolidated High School, effective the 25-26 school year. And again, those have all been approved by the state superintendent. Under other personnel, you can scratch that. We will, like I said, we can't add anything to the agenda after it has been approved by the State Department of Education at this point. Allowed an authorization of the bills. The State Department has agreed to pay the bills as they were enclosed in the packet that we sent them. Moving forward to R, request for agenda items for the next board meeting, that will be scratched. As we will no longer be having requests for agenda items for next board meetings. So with that, the next regular meeting will be held on Monday, June 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the Tyler Consolidated High School Auditorium.
Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Andy made the motion. Do I have a second? Scott made the second. All those in favor of adjourning the meeting, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. The time is 8:25. Meeting is adjourned.